Alright guys, welcome back to Talking After Midnight. You already know, we got Jesus, Omar, and myself, Carlos. Today we have a special guest, our good friend Colin right here.
Colin.
Hey.
Colin.
Hey, what's up?
What up, bro?
How
Where's
you
your
doing?
fucking beard hair, bro? Where's the beard hair?
Dude, it just not there. Like, dude, this took 2 weeks. I'm not even joking. I wish I could make this up. This
You're
is
good,
not
bro.
like-
You're good.
This is the Asian curse, bro.
No, dude, thank you for being on the show today.
Yeah,
Literally,
thank you.
we wanted to bring Colin on here because specifically we're going to talk about what, Omar?
Today is the anime episode.
Anime for the anime fans out there. Okay, so our first topic that we're talking about is they're going to be favorite anime. We're actually debating this before, but we wanted to get all the heat out right here, you know, in front of the camera.
Can't say too much.
So to me, actually, I'm very generic with my shows because I would probably say, like, I watched all the basic stuff, to be honest, like Dragon Ball, Naruto, but I like Dragon Ball, the first one when he was like a little kid. Bro, that I don't know, you just
I
can't.
have recently started watching it.
It's good, dude. I'm telling you,
It's
bro. It's really good. Yeah, and it's just cause you know Dragon Ball Z is all about like powering up and shit like that. You see all these like, yeah, motherfucker. But this one is just like some nice little kid fucking just going around saving people and shit. Like
but that one did start off, you know, showing like him growing up. Like you saw him going through all his fucking life, basically, from a kid to fucking going.
Yeah,
up
dude,
old and
and
shit.
it's funny because people forget that, like, now that like Dragon Ball Super is out and everything, and like he's literally a fucking god. Like, I feel like people just forget that, like, all that little kid thing.
Like
that
there was a life for him.
Yeah,
like,
'cause
showing how he started from.
Because I love Goku,
being
bro. Yeah.
being a kid to like being what we know him as in the right now.
Dragon Ball is also like one of like the foundation for like modern shonen. It's like up there. It's
Bro,
iconic.
I mean, like, literally, if you ask anyone, like, what do you know what Dragon Ball Z is? Even if they don't watch like anime, they're gonna be like, yeah, I know what that is. You know, like,
Yeah.
to me, that's probably my number one. It's a very generic pick, but I grew up with it,
It's
so
kind of base.
yeah.
I mean, that's for like people who aren't really anime, you know, into anime that much. So I understand.
But what about you guys? And yeah.
For me, my favorite anime, it's actually a movie. It's called A Silent Voice. Silent Voice. It's a pretty good movie. It's a really good movie.
Really good.
I read the manga. It's the actual. It's the first manga I actually read completely. I'm not much of a reader. I watched the movie first, and I loved it so much I had to buy the manga so I could continue reading it.
Manga.
To see, manga. The manga.
Read the manga.
I just love the story, man. It's about bullying.
Is there,
Somebody
any,
put it.
is there any Kamiyamiyas in
There is no Kami Has in this one.
No, but he like dunks on this
Damn
girl at the beginning. It's really bad.
No, it's my favorite anime. It's a movie. It's Silent Voice.
I've never heard of that. Like,
No,
yeah.
it's a really good
Silent
movie.
Voice?
A Silent Voice.
It's on Netflix.
It's on Netflix. Yeah,
If you want to watch it, go ahead.
recommend it. It's the only anime that I will rank 10 out of 10. That's just me personally because I just really love the story, love the movie, love the manga. I'm just
Manga.
no, but
I don't know, when you were talking about that, I was thinking of I'm sure you guys have seen Death Note, right?
oh,
Yeah.
definitely,
Yeah, I was just thinking of that for some reason, bro.
It's nothing like that.
I don't know why. That just came up to me, bro. Did you guys ever see the live action one?
The lot. I've heard.
I've seen the trailer. It didn't hook me on. It didn't hook me.
People who didn't watch the anime liked it, but apparently
That's a good one.
But then people who do like absolutely hate it.
It's because Willem Dafoe was the big demon, wasn't he?
I think he was.
Or was he?
It
Yeah,
looks,
it was Willem
really.
Dafoe.
It kind of looks like him in the anime.
That made me want to be like, oh shit, Willem Dafoe. I was like, I want to fucking watch this. Yeah.
Honestly, now you say Willem Dafoe's in it, I'm probably gonna watch it because I love Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, dude. I've seen a lot of his movies, and bro, like, you can't go wrong with the Willem Dafoe.
He's just a really good actor.
Yeah. Even in the trailer, he's Ryuk, and he has the voice for it, man.
Really?
It fits him. It fits him.
Bro, he's pretty scary. Even when he doesn't try to be, his face is just like.
He has a really scary face. There's a picture. You know, he plays Green Goblin, right? In the comics, Green Goblin has waves, so they edited like waves onto his like head, like.
He's so organic. Bro.
Yeah. Like, his face like stays the same, and he looks like it's still like menacing. You know, it's like it's so weird.
Well, Carlos, do you watch any anime?
Yeah.
I do. The anime I do like that I wish would kept going was I don't know if you guys know Wise Man's Grandchild.
Oh,
I've never heard of it.
I've heard of it.
You've heard of it? You've never seen it then?
Haven't seen it, but I've heard good things
No?
about it.
I really like that anime. It sucks that the way they ended it wasn't like a way I wish it ended, because the way they had ended it was just showing like them to go stopping the way, like I believe they were like demons or something like that. Can't remember the way they were. It's been a while since I've seen it, but I wish they did like just continue it, because they were just like kids training to be like the best wizards and all that, and all they showed was just like how they were fighting. Plus, there was like a main character for being like the evil character and all
You're
that.
talking about Harry Potter.
But they still had an evil character in there that they did. I believe they didn't finish off and all that. So there's still that continuing. So I wish that anime still had kept going. Pretty sure other people out there.
I've never heard of that. Yeah, or The Silence. Yeah.
Yeah, I just had wished that anime had just kept going.
Is that so? That would be your favorite anime then?
I would say so. Yeah.
Yeah. No. Yeah, no. A lot of mine, like if I wasn't gonna say like Dragon Ball, I was gonna say like Naruto.
You had no idea how like similar my pick was to that.
Yeah, but if I was gonna pick Naruto, I would just pick like One Punch Man. Then it was short, but it was short but sweet, dude. It was really good. I watched it a lot.
Short animes are pretty clean too, though.
Yeah, no, they are.
If
Yeah,
you find the right one.
but then again, like it's because like what were they gonna do with him? Like they really made him like if you haven't seen it already, he literally. It's One Punch Man. I wouldn't want to say that. I don't want to spoil it for you, but it's One Punch Man. What do you expect?
One Punch Man's like, I think from what I remember, it's kind of like a satire on like superhero stuff.
What? Because he himself was really sarcastic too.
Yeah, he's just like whatever. Like you see it.
I love this
like,
character.
He's like, whatever.
Especially when he did that little like okay like that.
This whole character, he's so broken.
Wait, so what was the story with him?
I forgot.
I remember he did like 1,000 or 100 push-ups. And
That's just
like,
the way he became.
That's
That's
just
about that.
Yeah, this is how he trained.
Yeah, but then Genos was like, "That's some bullshit, bro." Because Genos can do like a bunch of that, and like he wouldn't obviously.
But he's a robot.
There's one anime. Not many people know. It's called Dororo. It's about
Dororo.
It's about
Dororo.
It's set in like the Edo period of Japan, like where all the samurai villages running. The main character, he's like, the story starts off with this lord, right? Like a daimyo, and and his child's being born, but he's like in this temple. He's praying to like, he basically makes a deal with like these demons, and he's like, I'll give you anything if you give me like power to rule the land and like restore like peace and everything. So he makes a sacrifice, and the child's born, and it's a healthy baby. And then all of a sudden,
pretty good looking baby.
All of a sudden, this like lightning bolt, because the demons they're like, okay, we accept your offering. The baby will be the offering, and they take away his eyes, his skin, his like it's horrible. But the baby's still alive, and
Is he vibing?
he gets to that point. So now he's like a teenager.
He gets
now.
to that point.
He's basically he wears like prosthetics. He has a sword. His arms are swords. It's actually kind of cool. And basically, it's about how he kills the demons to get his body back.
Oh.
So he's really strong, and he gets progressively weaker, but he's more human. So then it's like that's like the whole point. And he meets a girl. Her name's Dororo, and that's like the whole story.
Would he win in the fight against Wolverine?
He would not.
Oh.
But if
He would not.
He would not.
Wait, who's the one who wrote the One Piece mid? You think
He wrote One Piece mid purely because he doesn't understand that One Piece is just too much peak fiction, bro.
They say it's long, but it's not. It's not enough.
It's not. Yeah, it's not enough. I need more.
They really do.
I need to know what happened to my favorite character.
You need 1,000 more episodes?
Yeah.
I sat down with Carlos one day. We did the math. Like, how long
We
would it
really
take?
did.
You know what? If you're gonna you don't have like the anime is really hard to watch because the pacing's really bad. Because they do a thing where I think it's pretty common for people who watch One Piece, but they did one chapter per episode. So like that one episode would represent the whole chapter. But a chapter in One Piece, like the average chapter is like 20 pages.
I was about to say, isn't that like heading way forward?
It's not a long chapter. So what they do, I did the math. Like forgot. It's like
The man.
probably one of like the middle arcs, but like they do the opening. And I think they do a minute. Opening is about a minute and a half, 2 minutes, and then they do like 3-4 minutes of like recap. I think, and then that takes up a whole bunch of time, and then the episode's just like all the time after that, and then you get the end credits, which is like about a minute and a half. So you get like about 14-15 minutes of like actual episode. And it's paced really slowly. There's an edit out there called One Pace that kind of fixes it, but I
Wait, that's for One Piece?
Yeah, it's called One Pace. It like paces the anime better.
Like of everything that it has right now.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, but I haven't checked it because I just read the manga because I like reading
Manga.
And it was just when you read the manga, it's like quicker and at your own pace, and it kind of hits the same. The thing I did though was
Manga.
I would read the manga, or I'd read the manga, and I'd watch the parts that were like super important, or I'd like watch like a clip of the anime of a part that just happened, like Zoro fighting the one dude and all that crap. But One Piece is good stuff.
I'm with you.
Freaking, I've always seen like One Piece like a couple times. I've seen it like it was like pretty emotional. Is it?
It is. I've cried like 3 times like reading One Piece. Like, dude, like this is kind of spoilerly, but it's also been out for almost like over 10 years, so you're just late. They made me cry over a boat. Like I never thought.
I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
And then like before that, they made me cry for Robin, one of the crew members, because they did her backstory, and she has this whole character arc.
I
It's
hate
so
backstories.
No, her backstory is so tragic, but I cried. I was like, why am I tearing up right now, bro? One Piece is so good.
So then, why do you think it's mid?
It's just too long. It's just too long.
Yeah, that's what people say, but then they also at the same time they watched all of Naruto, they watched like a bunch of Dragon Ball, and so
If
like,
you think of it,
if you think
it's-
Naruto's about like, and they watched all of Naruto, including filler. That's like over
Oh
700
shit, the
episodes.
filler. I might as well just be fucking. I'll just go masturbate or something. You know?
Filler arcs are insane. Like Bleach has so much like filler arcs. Like the whole
it does.
like after the Soul Society arc, there's an entire like, I think it's over like 60 episodes. It's a whole filler arc.
Dude, it's
It's so
stupid. Like the
bad.
filler. I
But
remember.
the fights are cool, but it's not enough. It's,
I remember like I didn't want to skip the filler either because I was like thinking that I was gonna skip something important.
Yeah.
But it was just like the same thing like over and over
Yeah,
again.
no,
Like
they only-
I'm gay and I've been gay for 15 years.
the only filler episode that I would recommend are like beach episodes. That's peak fiction.
Why do you think they have so much filler to the fucking
Because
show?
well, there's an anime out there called Gintama. They explain it the best. When an anime, because an anime is usually a direct adaptation from the manga, right? So let's say the manga is going at this pace.
Manga.
The anime is gonna go behind a bit, but the anime catches up. They need to go off the rail, like make a filler arc, so they can do this.
Oh, I
But
see.
then, and what the funny thing about that Gintama episode was at the end, they were like, "Yeah, this is a filler episode." Like they used the time to make a filler episode to explain what filler is. And Gintama is like I haven't started yet, but apparently it just makes fun of like every other anime. Yeah, but then like so that's what the filler arcs usually mean that they need the manga to like advance a bit so they can adapt.
Oh, that makes sense. Yeah, no, that makes a lot of sense actually.
It does.
You don't see it that much anymore except for Boruto, but Boruto sucks. But
I couldn't even.
I can't really. I've never
because
seen Boruto.
It's
So.
mostly filler because the manga's still going.
Oh, really? Damn.
But apparently they're making a new Sasuke one, like Sasuke Retsuden. It got announced. Like,
Sasuke.
They're making a Sasuke one.
yeah, it's a Sasuke spinoff. It's called Sasuke Retsuden, and it got announced like a couple months ago. It's about adult Sasuke.
Like when he was in with.
Like this is like post like during the Boruto era now. So this is like the adult Sasuke. He's going on like another adventure.
Oh.
And
okay.
he kind of looks cool.
Yeah, so talking about characters, a lot of them are based off of like their powers and stuff like that. They get really strong throughout like the end, and then the show like ends there. Which one do you guys think is the best show that like just has like the best ending, the best finish, the best like beginning and everything?
Are we counting manga?
A manga can be in there
I
too.
guess.
You
Berserk.
know? Berserk. I remember my friend telling me to watch that, but I don't.
Don't watch it. Read it.
Psych.
It's better than the anime.
There are some things that animation cannot capture, like when it's drawn. Like Berserk, Berserk's hardcore, but it also is like one of the most like humane stories I've read. Because it's about because the main character Guts, it's about how he basically goes through his trauma, and it's about how you live for the sake of living, and you will struggle, but that's the whole point of life. Like, it's how you go forward, it's how you deal with everything. But I've heard recently, because the mangaka died, so then his team's continuing the story. I heard it's not as great, but I need to catch back up. But if we're talking anime, if we're talking like anime, there's a movie. It's called 5 centimeters per second. That one's really good. I put that up there. It's about like this guy who's basically his childhood like love like is like getting further away from him, and like it's about how like he holds on to it, but she's moved on. It's really good. Like it's how he goes through life. At the end, you kind of like realize that, oh, I can move on. Like I can get away from this, and then it just ends. It's really, it's kinda sad.
Pause.
What?
It's really hot in here, isn't it?
Oh yeah. Well, you're wearing a.
I know, dude. I'm like sweating and shit. I'm gonna step out for a bit. It's because I have a fucking sweater on.
Are you?
Yeah, dude.
But he's wearing a puffer.
Yeah,
Just
but
keep the door.
Right. What about you? What do you think?
For
There's like top 10 anime ever. You just have your one, but what else do you?
I don't really know. Like that was one that I did like. Probably can't really think of any right now.
I can't think of like my top anime, but I know what my worst anime is.
What is your worst?
The worst anime I ever watched. Have you guys ever heard of the anime School Days?
Oh my
School Days?
School Days.
That one is mess. I've seen it.
It's a mess, man.
No, like literally, like it's literally a mess. It's so bad. But because you know it's based off a visual novel, right?
Visual novel?
It's based off a game. And the
Oh,
game
yeah.
The game has different endings,
No, I've never seen it.
and literally, that ending, like in the anime, that's the worst ending in the game. Like they could have picked the good one. They could have picked any of them, but they picked that one. I don't know why.
Well, I want to say they picked that one because
It's funny.
no, it's not funny. Like,
Oh no, it's funny.
it made it what's the word? Shocking, notorious. It's
Yeah,
it made him an infamy.
yeah.
Like that's the ending.
Are you looking it up?
He's looking at well,
Same with the one you were saying.
School. Yeah.
School Days. Yeah.
Yeah, it's so brutal.
I
never thought they could do that.
that anime it messed me up, man. It messed me up. Just the title alone, like School Days. You're thinking about like, oh, they're going through adolescence. Yes, they're going through adolescence, but a little bit more.
Yeah, it like. I don't want to spoil it because now I watched it a lot. Dude, no.
Just spoil it, man. Just spoil it.
You know what a yandere is?
Huh.
You know what like a yandere is? Like the crazy girl. One of the girls goes crazy and she like goes on like a murder spree. She like slits someone's throat, and then she kills the main protagonist and like cuts off his head. And the literal like ending shot is her like kneeling and like they're on a boat somewhere and she's like cradling his head saying like, oh, we'll be together forever. It's so bad. Yeah, I can't make this up. Like, I wish I never saw it, and I hate that you brought it up.
Well, that's the worst one I've ever watched. man.
Really?
The worst one.
I think people might not like me for this, but like, Domestic Girlfriend sucks.
Domestic
Is that
Girlfriend?
Is that an anime?
Yeah, it is an anime, and the only reson it became popular is because of the opening. The opening carried the show.
Okay, so
The opening was too good for that show.
Okay. So imagine. Okay, I'm gonna describe the plot. Everyone, except YouTube, who haven't seen it, imagine this. Imagine you are a student in Japan, and you have a hot young teacher. So you have a teacher that you are in love with, right? But you realize she has a boyfriend, and she basically rejects you, and that breaks your heart. And your homie invites you to a mixer, like a speed dating thing. I don't know. And there's this girl there, and you have a one night stand with her. And then you go home one day, and then your dad's like, "Oh hey, son, I'm getting remarried because he's a single father, and then you're gonna meet your new stepmom and stepsisters today. And the guy's like, oh, cool. What he comes to realize is he meets his new stepmom and his 2 new stepsisters. And it's the teacher that he is in love with and the girl that he had a one-night stand with. And now they all live together.
Nice.
Yeah, and it's horrible. Like no, it's literally that. Like, it's, I don't even care. Like, yeah, I'm gonna spoil it. It's so bad. Do you know the manga ending?
Oh yeah, that's what's worse.
It gets worse because so he eventually gets into a relationship with the teacher as they're still step siblings. So 1, teacher and student, he's a minor and she's an adult. 1, 2, they're step siblings. That's like illegal. I don't care what movies you're watching on the internet. That's a crime. And they're doing this in their own house. And eventually they get caught. And the teacher gets she moves away basically, and without a word. So then that's when the other sister decides to make her move on him.
So they're all related?
Yeah, no, they're not related. They're not blood related, but they're legally related.
Oh, okay. Okay.
But then
Nice.
they get married. They have a kid together.
Oh.
And then they're about to get married. And then the older sister, the teacher, she gets in a car accident, right? And she's in a coma. But she literally tells him, hey, she still loves you. Like, the younger sister tells him, hey, you should marry her while she's, officially be married to her, but continue your relationship with me and raise our child together. And that's the ending. It's so bad.
That's the ending.
It's so morally, God, I can't even get behind it. I'd rather watch, Kiss X Sis.
Dude, freaking, that's the thing. A lot of animes that are sexual, they're fucking weird, dude.
And this isn't even a hentai. This is just a regular, manga or, anime.
I remember there was this one about cooking.
Food Wars?
Yeah, that one.
That one's weird.
Dude, that's fucking weird. I remember they were making, some ramen soup or something like that, and then he tasted it, and they were like, ugh.
Could you imagine, eating, sushi and going, that's...
And then, bro, you serve sushi to someone, and then they're like, and then you're like... Dude, what the fuck?
Yeah, and then their clothes fly. It's so weird.
Dude, I hated it too because it was always schoolgirls and some skirts and they happen to be wearing the skirts all the way up to their fucking hip.
That's just the thing with shonen. They love fancy.
Dude, and then they exaggerate the damn boobies, bro.
You know what though? To their merit, it's in some anime. It's perfect.
That's the thing. They consider that art, dude.
Yeah, in One Piece. I'm sorry to bring it back to One Piece, but One Piece is a lot of boobs.
Dude.
The only 2 female members of the Straw Hat Pirates have ginormous boobs.
Ginormous.
You've seen the art. If you look up art of the Straw Hat Pirates, you will see Nico Robin and Nami have ginormous boobs. It's ridiculous.
And dude, it's just
for what reason?
Yeah.
It's not like I'm gonna be like, oh, I'm watching this just for the fucking boobs.
Actually, that's why I started One Piece.
Well, fun fact.
No, but it's ridiculous. And then there's a time skip in One Piece when you see after the 2-year time skip, their boobs get bigger.
What the? And the writers are like, you know what? They need to be bigger.
Yeah, no. You know what the writer wrote for the reasoning? He says I want to fulfill little boys' dreams.
Okay.
Yeah, it's kind of funny. But but on the opposite end of fan service, Jujutsu Kaisen has no fan service.
What do you mean?
There's no boobs or any of that. You know why?
What's it called?
Jujutsu Kaisen.
Oh, that's probably why I never heard of it.
Yeah, no, but they have that one has no fan service because the manga writer says, "Oh, my parents read this. I can't do that. They're gonna see it. They're gonna see me draw boobs."
Oh, I see.
So that's why there's no fan service. It's so fun. Have you seen My Dress Up Darling?
Oh yeah.
I've seen.
Oh, I definitely
I've
did
never
that.
There's a trope where the main characters are in a love hotel together because there's nowhere else to go. Maybe it's raining. Maybe they just can't go home. They can't walk home because they don't drive a lot in Japan. They walk because everything's within walking distance usually, or they'll take a bus or take the train. So it's raining. Oh no, in Dress Up Darling they are doing a photo shoot, And they're like, oh, let's rent a love hotel because it has like the scenery we need. And then at whatever point they realize, one, she's in a skimpy cosplay. Two, she's literally laying on top of him so he can get the shot. And then he realizes, oh, we're in a love hotel. And I shit you not, they animate him getting like bricked up.
Why'd you?
Like, see,
Why'd you do this like that? You look down at yourself.
What?
Wait, you looked at it?
I was trying to see what brick was going on. What the?
Why are you trying to look at my brick, bro?
Bro, what the heck? Let's just get back to that damn love, bro.
But
I remember, dude,
that's like the main like.
I remember, you know how like there's like sexual animes and shit like that. There's weird ass people who put like boobs on like Bulbasaur or something.
Oh, dude, they're everywhere. As a
What's it called? The Rule 34?
no,
No?
that don't look that.
Okay.
What is that?
I'm kidding. No, you know, like the internet has like all these rules, like unspoken rules of the internet. Like there's no actual women on the internet; it's all guys.
One of them
Like,
is
So rule number 34 of the internet is that if it exists, there's probably porn of it. That is and if you look up rule 34, whatever, you'll most likely find like some porn of it. Like mostly fictional characters or like a celebrity. I don't know.
So there's Squirtle.
Yes,
There's Squirtle getting game.
probably.
There's
a lot of Eevee.
There's 3v1 Squirtle.
Why are you talking about Squirtle?
yeah. Hold on a second. What
Squirtle.
How do I know? I'm a
Here we go.
I was getting tracked for a bit.
I was testing the water.
I'm a man of taste. I'm a man of exquisite taste. No, I'm kidding.
Bro.
But like, it's funny how you can like bait people.
Imagine people make like the action figure like, I got the limited edition big titty Squirtle here.
There's
limited edition, you got.
there's you know how like it's called Rule 34.
Yeah.
And, there's a way to bait people into like looking up like really weird shit by like saying it, because it's like a joke. Like if you go up to someone and like who's not like on the internet a lot, I sound like a loser.
We're all sounding like
But like
losers
if
talking
you talk
about
about,
anime.
but if you talk about like, if he's like, oh, did you know? Like if you you know about like the issue of inflation.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look up the 34 rules on inflation, Rule 34 inflation, and it will teach you how to fix it, like the inflation problem. But in reality, it's not that. It's a of something.
It's inflation. Porn, okay?
Yeah, it's really
How
bad.
the fuck?
You don't want to look that up. I promise.
Like, like gas prices, fucking taxes.
No,
or something.
no.
You looked it up?
No.
No wonder he's like this all the time. Yeah, that's some good stuff.
It's over.
Fuck, no, you guys are saying.
Well, I think that's a good time to end it right there for our insomniacs right there, talking about before we go to sleep.
That's how I end my every night.
So before you guys go to sleep, search up is inflation.
No, it's search up. Talking After Midnight, Rule 34.
Yeah. Thank you, Colin, our guest either way. Colin here, the anime specialist that we brought on. He was such a great guest, and I hope next time we get to bring him along. Have a good night, you guys. Well, thank you for joining us at Talking After Midnight with Carlos, Omar, and me, Jesus.
We'll see y'all later. You like walk away with this all